Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365. I trust and hope you are doing well, loving yourself and those who are around you. Today, I'd like to bring some words of inspiration and encouragement. Uh, I actually would love if I could be allowed to create a spark within you. Those are the only intentions of anything that I deliver on my channel. Nothing more, nothing less. Is to just simply create a spark in you, a thought, and maybe it will pivot you in a direction that is for your personal highest good. And you find your way in your own timing, okay, that is best for you. And nothing more, nothing less occurring in any messages or any divination or tarot, anything that I deliver, any motivational speeches, any poetry. I do some everything on my channel, but I received a download, as I was marinating, as I was pondering, aka marinating, and Spirit put it in my heart to just share this message, to be mindful that it's okay to get advice, it's okay to ask questions, it's okay to confide in people you trust. We all have free will, we are adults, we can do whatever we desire and we please. But be mindful of whomever you are talking to. Doesn't matter whether they're related to you, they're not, whether this is in a workspace or place, doesn't matter about your upbringing. But be mindful whenever you are retrieving advice or ideas from any person, place, or thing. Just be mindful that there is always a residual amount of experience or emotions that may be attached to the answer or in the delivery. And it's not intentional. There are some things in our control and out of our control. There are things that we are consciously aware of and things that we are not consciously aware of. So just be aware of that, when you ask for advice from people, that there may be some residual feelings, emotions, or opinions that this person may have inside of them that they do not share with anyone, that they have not presented or expressed to anyone. And meanwhile, you're hoping for the best, and their intentions is to give you the best, but maybe just the idea of you striking up that particular question, or you choosing to make that particular life decision, may have that person pivot into a space and place of their life, of their feelings and their emotions that are unresolved. Meaning feelings and emotions that may have left a negative imprint on this person. So be mindful when you are seeking advice. It's okay to get advice. It's okay to confide in people. It's okay if you have people you trust in your life. Everyone's life is different, and their word is bond to you. Haven't heard that in a while. Their word is bond to you. Then go ahead, but just be mindful. That there's a lot of issues within each and every one of us. I won't say issues, but there's a lot of unresolved. There's a portion, in people that sometimes we are aware and sometimes we aren't aware. And that's where the word trigger come from. Sometimes people can experience things and they actually it gets blocked out, or out of their mind, out of their psyche, and it's not intentional. It's just that they forget all about it. It's erased from their memory. But when they become triggered and it comes back up, like old spoiled milk. Sorry for that analogy, but then they remember. So just be mindful of who you are getting your advice from, and be mindful of not trusting in yourself and in the divine. Trusting in yourself and a higher source, a higher power, and going within, rather than seeking advice outside of you. As you move forward in life, it would be a great idea, but once again, we can only control ourselves. We can't control others to grow more confidently, when it comes to our spirituality. And it doesn't matter what your belief system is, but it is a wise decision to lean more on the spiritual rather than the physical, and not try to compare someone else's experience or life, to yours, because what you see one person experience or receive or do may not be the path for you, may not be for you. Your mission or your destiny, could be bigger than what you are comparing yourself to. So just be mindful of these things. And I hope you receive this. I hope I didn't turn it into goulash. But we all have some form of residual feelings or emotions that have left some kind of feeling or space or place of unresolved within us. And sometimes, once again, we are aware of this and sometimes we aren't aware, okay? Because I am today's years old and I am learning a lot of things about myself inside and out and the world and everything else. The learning doesn't stop. Life is a journey. And I am proud to continue to learn. I try to keep an empty cup because no one knows it all. No one will ever know it all, but you have to be willing to learn and to, grow and expand. As long as you are here and you're planted as a human on the planet Earth, you should be willing to learn and expand your mind because nothing stays the same forever. We are constantly, in the energy of evolution. And so to think that you can reside in a world that is constantly going through shifts and changes and elevations and you do nothing different is just simply foolish. So just be mindful of that. Uh, Everyone has something that they're dealing with that they're not so happy with, and it's not always about money and finances. Humans tend to think that everything is about money or material. There are wealthy people who are dealing with situations that they don't like, that gets on their nerves, that is irritating, that they wish they can get rid of, or that may make them miserable. They may tell you out of their own mouths. Look, I'm not happy. And you would look at that person like, well, how could you not be happy? You have all the money, you have this car, you have this house. But, those things come with attachments. And in life, as we experience, different things in life, they are attachments. And some of us choose to deal with those attachments and cut loose from them and release the toxicity, the pain, the strain, the depression. And then many of us choose not to. We just simply keep going, keep moving on down the road and never choose to address, that inner niggle, that inner wiggle, telling you that there's some unresolved. Many of us just choose just to move on to that next job, that next relationship, or that next residence, or that next idea, or that next class, knowing we really didn't get the first class, or we passed it but maybe we got a C average, knowing we should have got an A, but we're not going to retake it because we're trying to just get out of here. I'm just using that for an example. But yeah, just keep that in mind. If you're catching what I'm throwing, and you got your catcher's mitt on, um, it's best. The whole objective of what I'm speaking about is to grow confidently with leaning on thyself and leaning on the spiritual rather than the physical, because you want to strengthen your tenacity to a point where you are so confident, where your faith becomes unwavering, because you are setting your mind, your body, your mind, and your spirit on a connection to something that is, has tenacity, that is sustainable for your soul. And we know that the things of the physical will perish, can perish, have perished, in many areas, okay, in life. So, yeah, so be mindful. You have to really build your confidence on knowing yourself, loving yourself, and trusting yourself. Not just saying what looks good, or being what looks good, but actually living it. Breathing it and walking in it. Just you have to really stand on it. You need to increase your confidence. It doesn't matter who you are, what age you are. It doesn't matter. I don't care what your living situation is, married, single, kids, no kids. All that has nothing to do with it. We must constantly and consistently work on our confidence and just be mindful, that everyone is dealing with something, and there are things that are unresolved, and we can't force anyone to resolve these issues. That's a them problem, and it's personal. We can't force anyone to do anything, because I don't want to be forced to do anything, okay? But just be mindful that there's someone that needs to hear this, and I was told to deliver this message because someone needs to know that Be careful where you get your information from, or be careful seeking advice and then making concrete decisions, and not knowing that you're making a concrete decision based off of advice that you got from someone who has a lot of unresolved issues within themselves that they don't care to address. Some people feel that if they ignore something that it will go away or it'll fade away. No, it comes up like spoiled milk, if not now, in the near future, or or down through your lineage. It's passed on, and someone has to reap the karma or the dharma, the good or the bad. Someone has to reap that. Someone has to figure that out. That energy is passed down. Energy just simply travels from one person to the next. It's never destroyed. We know this to be fact. Okay, and so um, I'm gonna be quiet now, and this is my message for today, and I hope you receive it for your highest good. Keep vibing high, keep loving yourself, and keep moving forward. Okay, so that's my message. Ashe.